Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Bill Levinson here with Levinson and Associates. Thank you so much for joining our weekly training webinar. As you know, we meet literally once a week and we try to go over, hot topics, strategies, new products, carriers, new technology, anything that can help our agents out in the field. It's just so common. I've been in the business for just over 20 years, and I'm sure some of you have been in the business for much longer than I have. But you hear and you see all of these different marketing pieces and these spiels from different IMOs and GAs, and they're all pitching the same products, and this is the way it works, and we pay top commission, and we have the best service. Which is great. And yes, of course, we have all of those things. But in my opinion, if you don't have the platforms and the strategies and the training, right, to spread the message and sell product, that's going to do you no good. It's like the old saying, you can have the best universal life product in the world that pays 272% commission. But if you don't have anyone to talk to, it's going to sit on a shelf somewhere to collect dust. So we always try to make sure that we're investing dollars and resources into strategies, training platforms that will help our agents make sales, right? That's what it's about. So anyway, how we came to today's topic, I'll just tell you real quick without taking too much time, because we have two guest speakers on today, which is rare, but this is going to be well worth your time spent. But anyway, getting back to my point here, we're getting close to open. In fact, Andrew, when is the open enrollment date?
I believe October 1st is for Medicare clients, and then November 1st is for ACA. If I'm not a health expert by any means, but I do believe that is what it is. And maybe when Seth comes on, he can confirm.
Yeah, no, that not a big deal. But my point is, we have a ton of health insurance agents. We have a ton of property and casualty agents. We have a ton of real estate agents, believe it or not, that are insurance licensed that do business with us. And we have a ton of just typical life insurance agents and financial advisors, even estate planning attorneys that are insurance licensed that do business with us. So we are all across the board, and the way we came to the training today is you need to have these products in your pocket where, let's say, if you're talking about, could even be real estate or health insurance or a P&C policy, whatever the case is, where the need is there for a short term insurance policy or a universal life that you need quick guaranteed issue or simplified issue or critical illness or cancer or stroke or accident, especially during these times, right? And we all know you don't want to spend 2 hours with a critical illness sale that should take you 7 minutes. And you don't want to put the client through hoops and get back to them with exam dates and ordering APSs, and nobody wants to deal with that. So what happens is typically the agent, right, doesn't matter if you're life insurance, health insurance, real estate, that doesn't make a difference. You're focused on the prize, right? That's where you're going to make the majority of your money. That's where you're helping your client. So the smaller products and policies are being sold by someone else, or even through a website, right? So my point is, why not handle everything? And why not, when you're on the phone talking about a health product, why not bring up life insurance and critical illness and cancer, heart attack, stroke, right? Why not? Even if your client is not too healthy and maybe you're working the senior part of the industry, no problem. We have guaranteed issue options, straight up guaranteed issue. So what we're here to talk about are these supplemental products, and then of course guaranteed issue life insurance products that are all easy to sell over the phone or even through your own direct-to-consumer link. Okay, what that means, you're on the phone with a health prospect, right? And you're going over the product and what the requirements are. And you say, hey, Harry, by the way, you also can qualify for whatever it is, a 10-year term or a critical illness policy. And here's the quote. And Harry says, wow, Bill, this sounds great. How do I sign up? You say, hey, check your email inbox. Okay, you can just click on the link You can sign up online, get approved, you're done. And meanwhile, Bill, the agent, did nothing except bring it up. That's the point of today's training, okay? And yes, you talk about, oh, Bill, these aren't, $30,000 of target premium cases, and it's not worth my time. BS. If you're working the health side, for example, you're talking to 20, 30 people a day. Imagine if half of them buy a supplemental product, okay? This can change your year. This could be big, big, big money. And not only that, we have great incentives that we're going to talk about. And let's say if you're working, P&C, whatever it is, and the client had some health issues, okay, we're going to show you some guaranteed issue options that are awesome. We're also going to show you a sales idea around you working with associations and driving people back to your website, which I hope you're utilizing. It's free with us, as you know. But anyway, that's what today's training is about. Some really neat stuff. We're going to do our question of the day at the end. Like I said, we have 2 guest speakers. We also have Andrew joining us and hosting. Any questions you have, please use the question box. Typically, it's on the right side, and we will answer all of your questions immediately. If we don't answer immediately, we will answer as soon as we are done with the training, but I promise you, every single person will be answered, okay? And every single person will get a thank you email before the day is up, and we'll include all of the contracting, brochures, everything that we're talking about today, okay? So 2 promises there. Okay, moving forward, we are in a great, great spot. When I say we, I mean us as an IMO, you as an agent or GA or MGA. Right now, the life insurance conversation or topic is skyrocketing, and that's because of what's going on around us. Okay, and if you say to yourself, oh, I'm used to hosting these seminars face-to-face, and I like to meet my prospects at Starbucks face-to-face, and I'm just going to wait till this whole thing's over, you're out of your mind. Because I'm telling you right now, a bunch of our agents, we have 19,000 agents, more than half are taking off and having their best year ever right now, and they're doing everything over the phone and through a Zoom meeting or a GoToMeeting like what you're on right now. And we have a bunch of tools and strategies, even the scholarship program. They're giving the $500 gift card to everyone that joins their Zoom meeting or GoToMeeting, even if they don't buy a product. So think about that. They don't even have to buy anything. As long as they show up to your meeting, they get the $500 gift card, which is $500 in scholarship to any of our 416 colleges, okay? And if you're an agent with us, it's free for you to be involved. And by the way, most of the products you're hearing about today also come with that 1 free year of scholarship for your clients. You talk about senior market, for your clients' grandkids, okay? Who's going to say no to that? Or your clients' children or blood relatives. So anyway, lots and lots of value add there just by working with you, the Levinson agent, okay? And by the way, and like I said, most of the products you're going to hear about today come with the scholarship. We have a whole list we're going to show you, so you can just make some notes here. And I hope everyone's paying attention, because also what we're going to go over today in these next few slides, that has to do with the question of the day. So if you're paying attention and taking notes, you're probably going to win a $50 Amazon gift card or the Fire tablet, your choice. Okay, we also have our new final expense exclusive verified lead program, and we pay part of the money for you to purchase leads. In fact, they're $8 a lead. Never been done before. We are having great luck with this new lead program. You're going to see it marketed by us all over the country in the next few weeks, because it is taking off. And we all know there's no perfect lead program, but if you find a good one, you got to hang on real tight. And that's what we're doing. And I hope you all take advantage of this, because, hopefully it lasts forever, but we truly don't know. But for right now, I would definitely take a shot, take a look at some of our testimonials, and I think you'll feel the same way we do. Okay, left side, these are brand new. Speaking of testimonials, they just came in. Left side, had to share this email with our team. Hi, Bill, I'm happy to give you deserved feedback. You and your dad do a spectacular job. of managing your great insurance agency. I find it extremely admirable that the two of you contribute such significant financial benefits, peace of mind, and happiness to many thousands of families throughout this great country. Congrats on all that you both do together and for what tremendous examples you are of being great men and a very inspirational father and son team. Eddie L. He's on this webinar right now. Eddie, that means the world to us. I think the most important part of that testimonial is how we are playing a huge part in helping these families throughout the country, right? We're helping you, the agent, help these families. So, you know, I feel like we have to remember what we're doing all of this for. And yes, the commissions and the advances, they're all great. And yes, they help put food on the table and pay our rent and mortgages. Yes, it's great. But at the end of the day, when you were the difference, you know, with a family that lost a spouse, right, or breadwinner, let's say, right, and this family can stay in the house and the kids can stay in the house they grew up in, that's when you become Superman or Superwoman. That's what this business is about, and we can't lose sight of that. It's so important. Right side, I'm grateful that I switched to Levinson & Associates 2 years ago. Very professional team with the latest tech and training available in the industry. They truly care for each agent. Whether you're an individual agent or a large team, they treat you like you are their most important agent. Thank you, Carrie, Bill, Joe, Josh, Andrew, and the rest of the Levinson team. You are all a beacon of light to agents in this industry. And by the way, these are all on our Facebook page. So thank you so, so much. And what's most important to me in that last testimonial is how he said, when we call your office, we feel like we are your only agent that you work with, okay? It's customer service. That's what it's about. It's all about the relationship. So if we're not holding you or the situation to that high standard, I want to know about it, okay? Because we're not perfect, okay? But I like to think 95% of the time we are. But if there's that 5% time where maybe someone had a bad day on either end, I want to know about it. I'm going to make it right, and that's my promise to you. I don't care what the situation is. Okay, enough of my ranting. Let's dive right in here. So most of the products you're going to hear about today are on our InsureMeNowDirect.com website, also 100% direct to consumer. Now, what that means when you hear this or see this, and I know you've seen it by now and heard me talk about it, that doesn't just mean that, oh, a prospect lands on your website at 2 a.m., they run a quote, they buy a product online, you get paid the next morning. Yes, that's wonderful, okay, and I hope you're doing that. But what it also means, if you're working with an association, we can brand the site you're looking at on the left side to and for that association. Anyone that goes on to buy a product, right, you get full credit for. Plus, anyone that's a member of the association gets that free scholarship just because they're a member of the association. That's a $40,000 value. So, yes, also, the way you can think about direct to consumer, if you send out an e-blast to your book of business, your prospects, anyone that clicks, obviously you get paid full commission. Now, if you're on the phone with a health client, like I was talking about earlier, you're going over a certain product or policy, and you bring up a quote while they're on the phone and you say, hey, did you know you can get a critical illness policy, $25,000, whatever, $11 a month. And they say, oh my God, I'm in. Okay, are you in front of your computer? Yes. Go to InsureMeNowDirect.com/Billy. Click critical illness. Sign up right there. You just got paid. Done. So there's so many different arms going in to your Insure Me Now Direct site. It's not just, oh, yes, I hope I start driving traffic from social media and someone's going to land on my site and I won't do anything and I'll make money. Yes, that's wonderful, of course, but there's so many different ways that you can drive traffic and sell product. Okay, real quick, whoever the prospect is, they're going to click whatever type of product they're interested in. The middle section is going to show them how to enter in some basic info to actually run a quote. And then if you look at the top right corner, that's a picture of you, your name, your email, your phone number. So everything is coded right back to you. As soon as you put in the basic demographics for the prospect, then the next screen shows them exactly what products they qualify for based on their demographics, and based on the information they just plugged in on the quote page. Okay? Very, very simple. There's nothing else like this. In fact, I'm hearing lately there's a new term product that's they tried to mirror what we're doing. In fact, I heard about it yesterday. And what we all found out, number one, the product is priced like 30 to 40% higher than our products just for this convenience. Number two, they don't even pay a commission. They pay a referral fee. It's crazy. Anyway, my point is, if you're going to sell product online or direct to consumer, get paid full commission on it, plus renewals when the product calls for that, okay? That's the way I look at this. There is nothing else like this today. We have 5 carriers, okay? Not one carrier that pays a referral fee. 5 carriers, over 15 products, and we have a new product coming very soon that we're going to show you about right now. This is awesome. Never been done before. It's called Paycheck Protection. Now, this is very interesting. It works just like a term policy, okay, but it's a lot less expensive. And let's say you're talking to that same client or spouse over the phone about a health product, or you're cross-selling, whatever it is, right? The way this works, let's say it's a husband, wife. Let's say the wife is the breadwinner, right? The husband can take out a policy on the wife. If the wife passes, the husband is going to get a check every single month that equals his wife's salary, okay, to obviously take care of the house and the children because he plays Mr. Mom. Great. Anyway, what I love about this, very niche, never been done before, a lot less than typical term insurance. This will be on the direct-to-consumer platform, Insure Me Now Direct. So again, it doesn't just mean someone floats along and boom, they're on your website and buy a product, but think about all those arms that are leading back to your site, okay? Could be a phone call, could be an e-blast, could be an email, could be online, could be through Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, doesn't matter, okay? It's your client now. And then you have the ultimate opportunity to call and cross-sell, talk about supplemental products, which is what we're learning about today. Okay, now, let's say you use the scholarship as the hook, right? Because remember, everyone gets a $500 gift card. Let's go to the next slide real quick. So everyone gets a $500 gift card. No questions asked, even if they don't buy a product from you. As long as they listen to you talk about life insurance or a supplemental product with scholarship, okay? So everyone gets the $500 gift card. If they buy a qualifying product, they get the 1 free year scholarship for any blood relative. Now, I'm going to show you how easy it is, because I know you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, by the time I figure out this website and where to send someone, I'm going to wind up losing the prospect and they're going to go somewhere else, okay? Well, I'm going to show you how easy we made this. So what you're looking at is the scholarship program, some of the latest facts. We're adding 3 to 4 colleges a month, okay? And now you have to remember, because of COVID, they're not having a lot of these face-to-face college workshops, right? Recruiting numbers are way down. So what is that doing? It's driving more of these colleges to the SAGE program. So our number of colleges in the platform are skyrocketing. Like I said, look, 400, if you look at the third bullet down, 400 colleges. Today, it's 416 already. So that number is climbing almost every day now. So anyway, you can take a look at all of the facts. We'll include it in our thank you email. Now, part 2 was, you got the client excited, they want to sign up. I'm going to show you how simple it is. You send them to your Insure Me Now Direct page or your website, right? And it's self-enroll. It takes the client a couple minutes. You can do this with them, or they can do it on their own at 2 a.m. when you're sleeping. But look, see the top left corner, slide number 1? The link is below it. The right side is the welcome, thank you email. Done. They're in. That's simple. Everyone can do this. Okay, let's move forward. So without further ado, I want to jump into part 1 of our feature presentation. We have Mr. Seth Groff, a good friend of mine from SureBridge, with the top supplemental products that health agents are using to cross-sell. Sit back, relax. Seth, you there?
I am here, Bill.
Okay, thank you. There we go.
All right, well, thanks for that warm introduction, and thanks everyone for jumping on today's call. First of all, quick quicker and quickest how SureBridge and UH1 can help you in the fourth quarter. First off, I want to talk about why the title. As Bill mentioned, SureBridge is one of the fastest growing supplemental, or sometimes I call it ancillary carriers in the country, and UH1 is one of the biggest providers of short-term medical plans in the United States. And if you're not familiar, United Health Group purchased SureBridge in 2019, and now we fall under the UH umbrella, and so I represent both brands, and that's why I'm going to be hitting on both. But quickest, chances are your primary market is not going to be ancillary products or supplemental products. Chances are you probably either focus in the medical arena, or you focus on life, or you focus on PNC, you name it. But I guarantee you, if I ask you what your primary market is, you're not going to respond ancillary. And I know that, and I know it's not your focus. And so if we're going to get you to talk about these products in conjunction with some other type of sale, we have to make it as easy and as quick as possible, because if it's too much hassle, I know you're just not going to do it. And we're going to talk about how SureBridge can do that this year. I'm going to kind of make this really simple for you. Obviously, with two carriers, there's a whole slew of products that you can sell, but based on how involved you want to be in the ancillary sell, I'm going to show you the products to look at and recommend selling based on the level of involvement you want to be. But if you're still on the fence about selling ancillary products, what I can tell you is that the reason you should sell it, number one, is for client retention. Think about property and casualty agents, and I'll just talk about myself personally. There is no way I'm ever going to change my PNC agent, because he has too much. I have too much stuff with him, and it's just too much work to unwind it all. And it's the same if whether you're selling life or health insurance. If you have multiple products, you know, whether it's a life in an ancillary or an ACA plan in an ancillary, chances are they are going to stay with you because your competitor is not going to offer it. And speaking of competitors, Bill hit on this earlier. You know, when you look at all the different carriers out in the marketplace, pretty much everybody on this call probably has access and is contracted with many of the same competitors. And so really you have to come up with different strategies and different concepts that the client isn't familiar with, and ancillary products will allow you to do that, because you can show them products that will pay them cash and help them pay for out-of-pocket costs not covered by their core medical. And then also additional income. Obviously, there's a lot of different factors that go into this depending on the product, the size of the premium, etc. But on average, this is what we see an agent do. And you know, the hardest part in sales is finding those clients, right? That's the most costly thing. Well, once you get a client and they're comfortable with you and they're open to exploring new ideas, that's when you can talk about these and upsell them or cross-sell them and increase your income. And then finally, your clients need them. You know, chances are your clients probably have a dental plan. Might not be through you, but I bet they have dental insurance, or they have an accident plan, or they're getting something through work because you didn't bring it up. And so you'd be surprised of how many of your clients actually have these plans because you didn't bring it up, or want these plans because you haven't brought them up. So the way we're going to kind of divide this up and hit on the products at a high level is that I broke it up into 3 categories. And it really depends on how much you want to be involved in the ancillary sale. If you want to be hands-off, my recommendation is to focus on SureBridge's Guaranteed Issues Plan, use the Levinson's Insure Me Now Direct platform, and let technology do all the selling for you, okay? Focus on the guaranteed issue, focus on the guaranteed issue limits, and just be hands-off and sell everything through the Insure Me Now Direct platform. If you kind of like to dabble in the ancillary products where you want to maybe sell some products that are going to be higher than the guaranteed issue amount, then I always recommend looking at the SureBridge's Simplified Issue products. And then the third category is the health insurance guru. If you are focused on the under 65 medical insurance market, I recommend you look at UH1 short-term and tri-term plans, because you probably have clients that are going to benefit from those. So guaranteed issue plan. The reason I always start with our dental, vision, and hearing plans is because these are the easiest products for you to bring up if you're not familiar with ancillary products. And I always recommend starting with Prime DVH. And Prime DVH stands for a dental, vision, hearing combo product. It's going to be guaranteed issue. So these next 3 slides of guaranteed issue products, what guaranteed issue means is that there are no health questions on the application. It also means there is no height weight chart on the application. So basically all the client has to do in order to get these plans is, number 1, not be incarcerated. Number 2, they have to be here in the United States legally, and we do not take temporary visas. So they either have to be a U.S. citizen, green card. We do accept DACA. And then the third thing is they can't be under 65 and completely disabled. As long as they don't hit those 3 things, these plans are going to be issued, and they're issued immediately. So, 95% of our plans come back with an instant decision. It never touches an underwriter. But with these Prime DVH, the reason I always recommend starting with the Prime DVH, which is a dental, vision, hearing combo product. You got 3 different benefits to choose from, $1,000, $1,500, or $2,000. That benefit can be allocated to dental benefits, vision benefits, or hearing benefits. But the reason I always start with this product and recommend you focusing on it is because all you have to do to bring this up is ask your client, do you currently go to the dentist? So write that down. Do you currently go to the dentist? Because regardless of how they respond to that question, you're going to be able to have a conversation about Prime DVH. For example, you say, do you currently go to the dentist? And they say, no. You say, is that something you're interested in? 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes, right? They're going to say yes, which leads you into a conversation about Prime DVH and how it might be a more cost-effective way to get dental, vision, and hearing benefits, right? If they come back and you ask the question, do you go to the dentist? And they say, well, yeah, I do. Your follow-up question is going to be, do you currently pay for that out of pocket or use insurance? And then if they say, you know what, I've just been paying for it out of pocket, you say, hey, not a problem. Would you be interested in looking at maybe a more cost-effective way for your dental care? Yes, they're going to obviously do that. If they come back and they say, well, I'm using insurance. You say, great. Does your insurance include vision and hearing benefits? Chances are their dental insurance does not include those, and so you're opening up a conversation there. So if you pick up one thing from this entire presentation, write down the question, do you currently go to the dentist? Because regardless of how they answer, you're going to be able to bring up a conversation about it. And people use dental insurance. Yeah, I mean, I talk to agents all the time, and some say they don't believe in it or they don't see the value, but clients do. Clients like to purchase it, and we sell a lot of it, and they see the value in it. And so Prime DVH is the one that I always recommend you starting with. Can't go into the details because we have to keep this all at a high level, but if you're interested in more, we have tons of training on it that you can go out and dive into it more at a later time. Otherwise, you can always look at our guaranteed issue standalone dental plan called PPO Dental, or our standalone vision plan. All these are great to market online because chances are clients are already out Googling the dental insurance or vision insurance, and so these are the 3 easiest products to market online. Guaranteed issue accident plans. The question that I said this earlier, most of our other plans other than the dental, vision, and hearing plans are going to be sold in conjunction with some type of core product, right? And the reason for that, and whether it's an ACA plan if they're under 65, or a short-term medical plan if they're under 65, or if you're selling them a Med Sup or a Med Advantage plan to the over 65 market, the reason these plans exist is because a lot of the insurance has co-pays, out-of-pocket responsibilities, etc. And we're seeing those continue to increase as consumers are trying to keep the cost of their health insurance down. So health insurance gets more expensive, they have to increase their deductibles, co-pays, out-of-pockets, etc. And so the question you have to ask in order to pivot to either the accident plans, which all these up on the screen here are going to be guaranteed issue, or pivot to another plan like a critical illness or a hospital indemnity plan, is just ask the question, number 1, how are you planning to cover those out-of-pocket costs, right? Is it, are you going to write a check for it out of your cash flow? Are you going to pay for it out of savings? Are you going to take out a loan or put it on credit card? Are you going to do a fundraiser? Or would you rather have somebody else pay for it, and that somebody else is an insurance company? And when you position it that way, they're going to say, well, yeah, it would be nice if an insurance company would handle that. Then your follow-up question to that is, okay, well, what's your primary concern? Is it getting in an accident and reaching that maximum out of pocket? Or is it getting something serious like cancer or having a heart attack where you reach it? Or is it ending up in a hospital? And depending on how they answer that, they're going to choose one of those 3 things. getting in an accident, ending up in the hospital, or getting a critical illness, that kind of allows you to pivot to that particular plan. But assuming they say accident, these are the plans that you're going to want to focus on. And you can see that SureBridge does have 4 different accident plans, but you want to focus on Accident Companion. This is our top seller just due to its simplicity. The reason clients like it is they like the emergency room benefit. So there's 4 different options you can choose from, and the maximum option pays $1,000 if they go to the emergency room or urgent care due to an accident. So they would receive $1,000. And then there's some benefits built in there for like having to go get physical therapy due to an accident, or a follow-up with a primary benefit, or if you have to do diagnostic exam. And then there's more of a comprehensive lump sum benefit if they end up in the hospital due to an accident. But that's our #1 top seller just because of its simplicity and that emergency room / urgent care visit due to an accident. So imagine that you cut your finger, have to go get a couple stitches at the ER, boom, $1,000 in your pocket. Works pretty slick. The second one that you should take a look at for the accident plans is going to be Protect Fit Plus. This is more of a schedule of benefits. So it's a little bit more comprehensive in terms of the different benefits and explaining it to the clients. However, some things that I like about it, again, guaranteed issue, so that's nice, but also has some accidental death built into it, and even an accidental monthly DI plan built into it on the high option. So those are the 2 that I always recommend taking a look at if you're interested in selling one of SureBridge's accident plans, which all these up on the screen will be guaranteed issue. Now, the other guaranteed issue plans that we have available fall into what I call the illness and disability category. And the illness is going to be critical illness. And so you're probably familiar with critical illness, pays a lump sum upon diagnosis of a covered condition, right? But we have a guaranteed critical illness on an individual basis that pays either $5,000 or $10,000 benefit. So individual basis, guaranteed issue, no health questions, no height weight chart. They can get that, and they're going to be covered for heart attack, cancers, and stroke. Now, the biggest thing, and actually there's like 10 different conditions that they're covered for. Now, the biggest thing you have to remember on that guaranteed issue plan is that it only pays upon first diagnosis. So I know what you're already thinking. You're thinking, hey, I know all these clients that have cancer. I could go sell it to them. Yes, you could, but they're not going to be covered for cancer under any situation, no matter what scenario you're thinking of in your mind. Well, what if this, that, or the other? They will not be covered for cancer. They'll still be covered for the heart and, you know, all the other conditions, but it's always pays upon first diagnosis. Okay. And the reason we did it this way, and you say, well, why would anybody want to do it? Well, look at other, you know, critical illness plans out there. If you've ever had a covered condition, it's going to be a decline. So we at least allow them to get coverage for other covered conditions if they've had cancer or something. Just remember, it's always upon first diagnosis. The other thing is there's no height weight chart on this, right? So, you know, for example, you could be overweight, diabetic, worried about heart disease, but haven't currently had a heart attack. Boom, you would get this plan, 5 or 10,000, guaranteed issue, no underwriting questions. So quick, easy, guaranteed issue, 5 or 10,000. Definitely look at that. We do have the 3-category approach, so you receive that benefit once in each category. You got a cancer category, a heart category, and what we call an other category. Some other nice things about our critical illness plan: there is no reduction in benefit or termination age. Okay, so it's guaranteed issue, and it's not a GI plan that quits at age 65, right? As long as they continue to pay the premium, it's going to stay in force. On the DI front, what we have for guaranteed issue is we have an accident-only disability plan called Accident Disability Direct, up to $2,500. Maximum benefit, only pays if they're disabled due to an accident. Several different, well, there's 2 different benefit periods. You either can do 1 year or 2 year. You know, several different elimination periods, 14, 30, 60, 90, but that is only going to pay for accident. Now, if you want DI plan, that is guaranteed issue for both accident and sickness. We do have an income protection direct product that allows a $500 maximum GI benefit. Okay, so this will cover them whether it's you know, if they're disabled due to an accident, or if they're disabled due to a sickness, up to $500 maximum benefit. And it's a great plan if that's what they're looking for and they want that coverage for both accident and sickness. So great plan, great options. If you're looking for GI, and again, this is for the people that want to be hands off, right? You don't want, you know, products really involved. look at the GI plans. There's no health underwriting on these plans. Quick, easy, going to get coverage for your client and your and get you the agent paid. Now, if you like to dabble, I'm just going to hit on some of our simplified underwriting products. And when I say simplified underwriting, what I mean is that we are only underwriting these based on the questions on the application. Okay, so there will be health questions. All the health questions are knockout questions. You go through the application and answer the questions, right? As long as you can answer those questions favorably, these are going to be issued. We don't do any MIBs. We don't do any script check. We don't do any motor vehicle reports. So these, again, are going to be quick and easy. And again, you know, your critical illness, CI-wise, or whether a hospital-wise, which is a hospital indemnity plan, is typically sold in conjunction with some type of a core product. Don't have to be, but that's just where we see it. But our critical illness on a simplified issue basis does go up to 100,000 simplified issue. That does drop to 50,000 when you turn 63, meaning the maximum issue age is 50,000. If you purchase, or a benefit amount, if you purchase 100,000 when you're 40, you keep 100,000 as long as you keep that policy in force. But we do issue this all the way up to 90, has that grade 3 category approach that we already hit on. The hospital-wise plan, if you are in selling MA plans, Medicare Advantage plans, you definitely want to take a look at our hospital-wise plans. The reason for that, if you're familiar with Med Advantage plans, which, by the way, Andrew, AEP actually starts October 15th, not October 1st. So we still do have a couple weeks until AEP starts. But you know that Med Advantage plans come with additional responsibilities for the clients, right? They have some co-pays for hospital stays, co-pays for going to the ER, co-pays for outpatient surgery. And what you can do is you can really dial in that hospital-wise plan to align with those out-of-pocket responsibilities. And so that's one of our biggest emerging markets. And if you sell MA plans, look at the hospital-wise plan, and I'm going to show you a tool at the end here that's going to make it as easy as possible. But that plan's also customizable with 7 riders. The 2 most popular ones are going to be your emergency care rider, which again pays if you go to the ER. Now that particular rider only covers if you go to an ER tied to a hospital, but that's popular. And then also the outpatient surgery rider. So 2 things that obviously are probably going to result in them having to pay out of pocket due to higher deductibles. That's going to be great. And then also our income protection direct. If you want a simplified issue plan up to $2,500, take a look at this plan. Again, simplified issues, so you don't have to provide any documentation, income documentation. We're not ordering MIB script checks. You just have to answer the questions. The cool thing about our DI plan is that we actually take all occupations. And so think about that. Most DI carriers won't touch like tattoo artists, bartenders, actors, you name it. We don't have a declinable condition. You just have to meet the minimum of currently working at least 24 hours a week. And if you're doing that, 24 hours a week for wage, obviously, that plan's going to be issued. So no declines for occupations, which is nice. So that's going to be for those people that are going to dabble. And then finally, if you're a health insurance guru, okay, so if your primary focus is the under 65 market, I recommend taking a look at UH1's short-term medical or tri-term plan. And you can access both SureBridge's contract and UH1's contracts through Levinson and Associates. And if you're not familiar with what these are, short-term medical plan and tri-term medical plans are alternative to healthcare. You know, short-term plans cover you for 1 to 12 months. Tri-term plan will cover you actually just 1 day shy of 3 years. You're going to see a lot of similarities with like major medical plans, but you know, in full disclosure, these do not meet MEC guidelines, but there is definitely a place for it if you focus in the under 65 market. And really here are where we're primarily seeing these being sold. And you know, the big one, what I always point out, changing jobs. You know, personally, when I came over to SureBridge, I didn't have health insurance for 3 months. I kept Cobra during those 3 months, and it cost me $500 a month. Never went to a doctor. That was $1,500 I spent to have health insurance that I never used. I could have got that at a fraction of a cost with a short-term plan, and that would have worked great. Also, students and recent grads, you know, with the current pandemic, job market's tough right now. There's a lot of people that graduated don't have jobs or had to get a job that doesn't provide a major medical, and so those are going to be great for that as well. Otherwise, just a bridge to get someone to the ACA open enrollment, which starts November 1st, would also be a great one. But its bottom line is it just boils down to a more cost-effective healthcare option. You can kind of see where it falls in relationship to an ACA plan, but these short-term, tri-term medical plans are great to look at if you're in that market. Pros of it, they're very affordable. You do get access to United's Choice and Choice or Choice Plus network, depending on the state you have, and you get to choose the benefits that you want, right? You don't have to pay for things that you don't need. Downsides to them is pre-existing conditions aren't covered, and it doesn't meet MEC guidelines, and so you really need to, have that conversation with your client, look at what's covered, what's not, and go from there. Now what? Now, I kind of went through that pretty fast, right? Remember the 3 categories. Are you hands off? Focus on SureBridge's guaranteed issue. If you like to dabble, focus on the guaranteed issue and the simplified issue. If you're a guru, take a look at all 3, the guaranteed issue, the simplified issue, and UH1's tri-term and short-term medical plans. So determine your type, get contracted, and then once you're contracted with either carrier, we still operate as 2 separate carriers, even though I represent both. Then just attend the trainings that we're doing on a regular basis that dives into this stuff in more detail, right? Attend a new agent training with SureBridge or access the entire library of UH1's on-demand training. Do that and you're gonna get started. What's new? Number 1 is our hospital-wide senior plan builder. Just put an enhancement to this where this will automatically show you the co-pays associated with the MA plan you're selling and the recommended hospital-wise plan and quote it for you. And then also UH1, we are running a 4th quarter bonus, which is going to put more money in your pocket for these plans. So with that, Bill, I will turn it back over to you. And
that was great. Excellent, Seth. It's a lot of information, but I just want everyone to know we're trying to end at 3 p.m. Eastern, and Jolie is up next, so I don't want to cut into her time. But anyway, the point is you're hearing a lot right now. Call any one of our marketers, and obviously we'll take our time and dive in deeper. This is just the overview, the Super Bowl commercial, if you will. Okay, next up we have Jolie. Now she represents Transamerica in our guaranteed issue platform. Some really, really cool, innovative stuff. So here is Jolie. You there?
Yeah, I'm just not sure. Oh, show my screen.
Yep,
can you see
it
okay?
Yep, perfect.
Okay. So we want to talk a little bit about the background and how this product came about. We've had a relationship with Enrollment First for 18 years with our products uploaded, and we had it as association business. So associations were able to, people would join it, pay a fee, join an association, and have access to our products, group products as an individual. And a year ago, we had switched it to a limited partnership opportunity, which has been most helpful because at that point we had to file in every state for every writer, and all the writers are in different states. So it was really difficult to have one product accessible to everybody. So what the limited partnership means is a couple of things. Your client would have to enroll or enter into the limited partnership, and it's called American Consumer Affiliates, and there would be an app to download because anybody that joins a limited partnership needs to have a financial gain. We can go over that in detail, maybe another time, depending on our time left. I can always go over the brochure for that. But with the limited partnership, all the agents and brokers need to have a non-resident Georgia license. Sounds okay, but it's really good news because there are riders within our policies that are not offered in every state. For example, California doesn't allow the living benefit riders in their state, but they are getting the issued policy through Georgia, so they're getting those riders. I have opened the TransElite, which is the universal life policy that they have access to, which is a guaranteed issue up to $100,000, simplified issue up to $500,000. Now, in order to become part of the limited partnership, they need to be able to be capable of working 20 hours a week. That will allow them to get individual benefits as a group. The caveat is you can't be on state, federal disability, workman's comp, or military disability. It's illegal to sell a group product with anybody that is on disability. When you do the enrollment, they just ask general questions to create the profile. They do ask height and weights, but that's just a detail for enrollment. It doesn't matter for the guaranteed issue. You could be 5'3" and 300 pounds. We have some super attractive riders on here. Say you have this $100,000 life policy here, and you needed to have the long-term care. So you have access to 4% monthly for long-term care. That could be done in a facility or in a home by a certified caregiver or by a family member. The good news is, say they need to use this whole 4% for 25 months, that would use up this entire $100,000. There's an extension of benefits, which means there would be a 30-day wait period, and they would have access to another 4% for another $100,000. So it'd be up to 50 months of long-term care. So it doubles the face value and benefit if they need it up to 50 months. Along with that is an extension of benefit rider. Within the extension of benefit rider, is an extra 25% of the face value amount in life insurance. So say they use up this whole face amount, they still have $25,000 in death benefit. That is within both the term and the universal life policies within the Enrollment First platform. Now, we'll go down here. It has a guaranteed interest rate of 3%. The last 3 years, it's been at 5.25. So those policies have been going for up to age 100 at that interest rate. I'm going to talk about, I'll show you the term life. It's exactly the exact same riders. It is a 10-year term, convertible to whole life insurance after 1 year. I do have some sample illustrations. That would mean if they decided to convert that, that would mean new first-year commissions for the broker. Some really cool parts of points of this policy is I had one broker today who did an individual life insurance policy with Transamerica on the individual side. There was no COVID questions on that policy. Once the policy was delivered, they had to, on the receipt that they had to sign, they had to mark that they had never tested positive for COVID. They did test positive for COVID, so the policy was declined. There's no question for that here. It does not play into the issuability of the policy. So if you have clients that are afraid to tell you that they've tested positive, it's not an issue. As far as clients, good client opportunity would be your clients that would have obviously been declined. Clients that may have had a felony, DUI, drug and alcohol rehab, forgive me. It's not for everybody, but it does have a niche. Some of the industries that we've been doing really well with are roofing companies. Can't really get an ancillary product at a group rate underwritten for industries like he had said, bartending, tattoo, liquor stores, marijuana industry, roofing companies, electricians, contractors. Those are great opportunities. If you're a financial planner and you want to get into some of these small businesses and write some key man insurance or buy sell agreements, you can bring up that you can offer a guaranteed issued life insurance policy for their employees, and they would pay on their own out of pocket. They would own the policy. There would be no payroll deduction for them. So it's a great opportunity. We just did an association of roofers within Texas, and within there, we're offering all of our products at a guaranteed issue, and they're super excited to get that opportunity. I think also on the individual market, a lot of employers have gone, or group market, a lot of employers have gone the ICRA rate or the QSERA rate, but not offering ancillary. So what they've done is they're going, okay, I'm going to give you some money to shop on the exchange to pay for your policy, or go to your short-term medical that would qualify with the ICRA, with the UH1 product that he was talking about. They would go ahead and be able to buy that, and then, but they would have to purchase the life insurance on their own. It wouldn't be a qualified expense for them to use. So that's a great market to use for both counts, both products for the accident and everything going on with SureBridge. Association business, Transamerica does work with associations and enrollment first. We just put in a large association with 5,000 members. Enrollment first is doing all of the marketing, email marketing, text messages, outbound calls, social media promotion. They're doing all the enrolling, both for English and bilingual. We have some associations or some groups out of New Mexico and Arizona that are some of the reservations, and they're pretty excited to get this off the ground, so that that is a demographic that definitely needs some life insurance going on. It's a really short overview. I appreciate your time, and if you want any materials, whether it be for the limited partnership, feel free to reach out and I will send that to you.
No, that was fine, Jolie. We appreciate it. And yeah, just also keep in mind, this is an option for term and permanent life insurance up to $100,000 guaranteed issue with a question. So the commissions are great. Contracting, I think it's pretty much up to speed now. So what is it, about 2 to 3 weeks, Jolie? Could be 4 weeks, worst case?
Worst case, 4 weeks.
Okay.
We have a new system coming in November, so it would be 1 to 2 weeks. Really excited about that.
Yeah, us too. Okay, great. All right. So, and what's also neat, we have a direct relationship with Jolie and her team. So anything that you need as far as the TransGI platform, let us know. And of course, SureBridge and UH1. Now, I'm going to skip around real quick because I want to get everyone out of here in 6 minutes or less and still have our question of the day. So like I was saying, you know, marketing is the most important part. We got to get the message out there. So we have a complete turnkey marketing platform, okay, that allows you to e-blast, to enter in, Andrew, can we take the slides back over there? Give us just 1 second. There we go. Okay, so getting started, I'll back up for 1 second. We're sending out that thank you email today, and we'll include everything to get started, or you can go on our website. Okay, and if you click on final expense guaranteed issue, you will see the trans guaranteed issue icon there, and you can click for rate sheets, brochures, and of course contracting, but also look for that thank you email. You'll have it in your inbox. If you don't, let us know we have your wrong email address. Okay, getting back on track here with marketing. So we have a complete turnkey system with Agency Automator, with the iGenius platform. This is a CRM tool, a retail website. It's also a database of millions and millions of prospects that you can literally enter in whatever criteria that you want to market to, right? Let's say ages 60 to 75 and this zip code with this combined household income. The system will give you names, addresses, emails, phone numbers of everyone that falls into that criteria. So anyway, the point is, take advantage of the Agency Automator. We hold daily trainings, okay, to make sure that you're comfortable. There are live daily trainings. Every day we pick a different platform. Okay, moving forward, we have a complete social media package, okay? We have your free website builder. We also have another platform for building your own website that uses WordPress. That's literally like a $10,000 website for 99 bucks. I mean, this stuff is awesome. And basically what you're doing is you're riding the coattails of our 19,000 agents and taking advantage of this co-op pricing. It's like Costco versus, you know, your local public supermarket, right? It's that buying approach of, you know, thousands and thousands versus 30 agents. So anyway, take advantage. You have to get the message out through social media and online, right? Especially now during this pandemic, because the face-to-face seminars, right, are pretty much done. So you have to get your name and brand out there, and we have everything to help you do that, including these custom videos. These are retail videos that we built, and what we'll do is add your name, your logo, your picture to each video. Andrew, if we can go to the next slide here, that would be great. Now, we have 2 videos that we put together for you. One is focused on living benefits, right? The new kind of life insurance that pays while you're alive. Or if you want to market that Insure Me Now Direct, the Amazon for insurance products, right? We have 2 separate videos. They're like a minute or 2. And like I said, we'll brand it for you for free. These are $300-400 to make on your own. If you're an active agent, free, done. So anyway, we'll include that request form in today's thank you email, or of course, reach out to any one of our marketers at any time, and we will get you up and running. Okay, moving forward here, just a couple things I want to mention. Insure Me Now Direct to get started again on our website, or wait for the thank you email. The next slide, incentives. So real quick, the Haven. Now, that's a big, big door opener because it's the only direct-to-consumer, 100% instant decision term product, up to $500,000, okay? Standard or better. You write your first app, you get a free tablet or the $50 gift card, no questions asked. With your first app placed, you get your choice, gift card or tablet. On the bottom there, we have another great incentive with a really easy to use e-application, great competitive UL in term with American National, $25 or $100 depending on the policy that you sell. Okay, our podcast. Now, you talk about training, right? You talk about, oh, I have to constantly, push the envelope and soak my brain and put, fuel in the gas tank, right? You got to feed your head, especially if you want to be successful in this industry and during this time. So what we did every month, we have a new fresh episode. I picked different industry influencers. I have Gary Vaynerchuk. He was just on Good Morning America. Jeff Levitz, he's a Forbes 400 member. We have I handpicked a few of our top agents that are selling online and over the phone. I interview them for an hour. I have Jorge Solar. He played with the Cubs team that won the World Series. Some really, really cool stuff. Laura, who runs Sagicor, we just did her 1-hour podcast episode. It's fantastic. Check that out. And then for October, which is also my birthday month, I have the creator of the best premium finance platform, and not just premium finance. This comes with a turnkey sales platform and allows you to go over the whole platform with your client very easily during a presentation. And David, who's our guest speaker, he'll even jump on a call with you and your client and basically make the sale for you. So I interview David in October. What's so cool about his platform, I'm sure you've heard of premium finance in the past. They require a high net worth, a high salary, right, just to qualify. Well, with his new platform, it's $100,000 minimum of an annual salary, and the net worth is $0. So everyone can qualify pretty much. As long as you're in that middle income area, this is a candidate for premium finance. And we know the average size case is at least 70, 80 grand, all the way to 600,000. So you know what the commissions are. Okay, that's a game changer. That will change your year. I don't care who you are or what part of the market you're in. All it takes is one person, and your year has changed. Okay, talk about retirement account and building and funding. This will change your world. So definitely a podcast you want to listen to. That's coming up mid-October. And don't forget my birthday. I want a birthday card or email from everyone on this call. No, that's a joke. Okay, our agent training events that I just mentioned real quick. Every day of the week at 2 p.m. we host the different tech platform. Okay, I want to move forward to our last slide and our question of the day. And I see most people are still on. Thank you for that. This was my Positive Tuesday quote. I'm going to mention that, and then I'll ask our question. I thank God every day for my struggle in life, because without it, I wouldn't have found my strength in life. Boy, is that true. Everybody has a story, but it's up to you and what you're going to do with that story and move forward, right? And help people and be kind and do the right thing. and then everything comes back tenfold. It's just the way it is. Help people, and in turn, your income goes up, you're running a successful business. It's a win-win. Okay, question of the day. It's a two-part question. Whoever answers first and correctly wins your choice of the Amazon gift card or the Fire tablet. The question is, I hope your little fingers are on your keyboard and you're ready to roll. So I'm introducing this new podcast episode for mid-October, and it's with our new premium finance platform. My question is, what is the minimum income requirement to qualify, and what does your net worth have to be for your prospect to qualify? So tell me minimum income required and the minimum net worth requirement. Answer both of those right, you win. Andrew, do we have a winner today?
Yes, we do. Sorry, we had about 100 answers come in at the same time, so everybody did a really great job. But the first person to correctly answer was, we have Russell V. Russell
V?
V.
V like Victor.
Yep, that's
okay,
correct.
Russell V, what state?
All right, Russell is from the great state of Texas.
Texas, Russell V, congratulations. The answer was a trick question, but it looks like everybody got it right, or almost everyone. 100,000 minimum salary, 0 net worth requirement. So that's huge. Never been done before in the premium finance world. With that said, keep your eyes peeled for our thank you email you'll have in your inbox by the end of today. Or, of course, just pick up the phone and call any one of our marketers. We'll answer all of your questions. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Thursday. Great rest of the week. Great weekend. Good selling. Thank you for listening. Take care.